Anxiety. Is it a legitimate disability? Depending on the circumstances, yes. But not everyone with anxiety is disabled. I can't tell you if you are disabled. Hopefully this video will help you figure that out for yourself. So what is a disability? A disability is some condition that limits a person. It can be mentally or physically, and it can make day-to-day life really hard. It's basically a disadvantage compared to others. It's as if you're in a track race jumping hurdles. Everyone has hurdles they need to jump. Some are shorter, some are taller. Some people have more, some people have less. It's all dependent upon the person. If you struggle to keep up with others due to your hurdles, maybe you can't even finish the race, then you may be disabled. But how does this relate to anxiety? Anxiety is a difficult thing to fully represent because it varies from person to person. It also occurs in everyone. There's a healthy amount of anxiety that can be very beneficial for stress and for keeping you safe, but there can also be too much, and where your stress is just unrealistic for what is happening at that moment in time. I have anxiety, and it is a disability. I can't be around people much. Being around people can cause panic attacks just due to being near them or talking to them. Being around people is extremely stressful for me. Anytime I'm near people, I'm in a constant state of fear, leaving me unable to function or focus. I catch myself quite often holding my breath because I'm just so terrified of what's going on around me, and there really isn't a threat that is happening at that time. It's just people. People are very stressful for me. I pretty much have a constant tremor due to my anxiety. I have adrenaline pumping through my veins constantly, which is not the greatest thing to live with, but it is my life. It's my body, so that's just something I have to deal with every day. And everyone's anxiety can be seen differently. Some of you may understand that feeling where your thoughts are bouncing around your head and there's just thousands of things going on in your mind and you just can't quiet it. And that is anxiety. And that happens a lot to me. It is horrible. I am sorry if you have to go through that too. It is not fun. These are only a few examples of the things I have to go through every day. Everyone is different. That's really what's most important. Anxiety makes it harder for me to keep up with everyone else. It puts me at a huge disadvantage, and I have to work really hard to do the same things other people do easily. But that's just my life, and I am okay with that. That's really what makes my anxiety a disability, is it holds me back from doing the same things other people do. And everyone is different. Your anxiety may be more or less severe than mine, but if it holds you back and limits you from doing your basic functions, then you may be disabled. Now, having a disability is not a bad thing. It just means your body works differently than everyone else's. It's not this horrible death sentence, as some people make it out to be. Society puts a big stigma on being disabled, but being disabled does not make you any less of a person. You still deserve the basic human rights everyone else does. You still are a person, you still are alive and deserve everything that any other human should have. Don't let anyone ever tell you that if you're disabled that you don't deserve the life you have. Because you do. You deserve to be treated correctly. Some things are just harder for you, and that's okay. Treatment is an important consideration if you think your anxiety is a disability. My first recommendation would be to find a therapist, because a therapist can help you work through everything with your mind. They can help you understand what's going on inside your brain, and they can provide you with coping mechanisms and skills to deal with your anxiety. And if that may be all you need, therapy works for a lot of people and it can be extremely beneficial. And that would be the first step I would try before going into any other steps. if you try therapy for a while and it's just not helping you in the ways that you need it, then I would definitely recommend talking to your therapist about additional treatments that you can do on top of your therapy. They may recommend you to a psychiatrist who can help discuss medications and other treatments that may be beneficial to you. It's really up to what is most beneficial for you. I know for some people, medications are just not something that is an option or is viewed as correct. Everyone is different, everyone can do their own things. Whatever helps you to live your best life is what matters. Another treatment option is an emotional support animal. Now, emotional support animals can be tremendously helpful. Luna was my emotional support animal before she was my service dog, and she saved my life. I would not still be here without her. She is everything to me. She gave me a reason to be alive. She gave me a reason to take care of myself and to leave my room. I wouldn't be here without her. There are other options out there. I'm just naming a few that may be beneficial to you. But, of course, do all the research possible because I do not know everything, and I am only offering a few examples. The last treatment option to consider is a service dog. A service dog is a lot of work, it's a lot of time and effort. It is a lot more than just getting a dog. Now, my service dog, Luna, has been tremendously helpful in me functioning in society. She's helped me gain my independence, and now I can live on my own. I can function in society, and it is something I will forever be grateful for. She is an amazing dog. And service dogs can be incredibly helpful for people. There are so many different types, but especially service dogs for anxiety. They can alert panic attacks, they can de-escalate panic attacks, they can alert anxiety. There are so many things that psychiatric service dogs can do that I won't get into here, but I would definitely recommend researching on it. I do have a video about all of Luna's psychiatric tasks and the awesome things she does for my anxiety and my depression, as well as my skin picking disorder. I have severe social anxiety, so it is a nightmare to have a service dog. The amount of harassment I've received, the hundreds of people staring at me and talking about me, the people who follow me, the people who video me and take photographs of us, it is horrible, really, and it's exhausting. It really made me not want to leave the room for a long time. Thankfully now I'm used to it. I'm used to all that. And it really has helped a lot. It's made me so much of a stronger person. It's helped me to deal with difficult people, and it's just done so many great things for me, sadly. But it's very interesting. And working with Luna and having her there has been so helpful just to function again, especially because of my anxiety towards people. She's able to de-escalate panic attacks, which can be super helpful after being harassed. When you really seriously consider a service dog, it's important to consider all of the negatives and all of the positives, which is why I explained that the harassment and stuff is definitely a negative. It's one of the worst, I feel like. It kind of becomes your identity. Like, I am just the girl with the service dog. I am not Cassidy. I am not a girl. I am a girl with a service dog, and that's something I'm okay with, but not everyone is okay with that. In the end, all the positives outweighed the negatives. Luna has given me my life back, and she's given me my independence. And in the end, that's what really matters for us, is how much she helps me. I know how to deal with difficult people now. I know how to be around people, how to be the center of attention, even though I hate it so much. I know how to do that now. Anyway, I hope this video helped at least a little bit. I want to leave by saying this very important quote by Casey Rose. I hope I'm saying it right. She said it best when she said, "Someone who drowns in 7 feet of water is just as dead as someone who drowns in 20 feet of water." She's basically saying that you can still drown even if your symptoms are not as bad. So don't compare yourself to other people, because you still are going through something, you're still struggling, and even though you don't have it as bad as them, that doesn't mean that you're still not struggling and that you're still not having to live the way you live. You may not have it the worst, but that doesn't mean that you don't have a disability. I want you to know that you are enough. You deserve to live a wonderful life and to be happy and live it the best way you can. And I hope you can find what helps you.